Hello and welcome. I'm Rada,
And I'm Danielle.
and today we come to you with a very important healing and message. We need your help in calming the storm on the West Coast. So, we're leading a guided healing for everyone to listen to clear and shift before it gets any worse. All intentions matter, and the more you participate in the vision of the storm stopping, the better it will be for all of us.
Yes, and being that we are both Cali girls,
I'm from Palo Alto, and San Francisco is my stomping grounds.
and I'm from San Diego, so we decided to come together to do a free clearing for our friends and family that would slow the storm and the second storm and third storms that are behind the small one that is already causing so much havoc. We invite you to join us and feel free to share the video with others as well for additional clearing and comfort to your heart's desire.
So, just to sort of jump in here, you guys, I just wanted to read you something really short about weather warfare. So, weather warfare is a method of warfare in modern warfare that uses weather modification and geoengineering techniques to purposefully alter the weather. So, this altered weather can be used in such a way that the enemy nation can be defeated economically, strategically, covertly, and inflict as much damage as possible. And I really believe that's what we're seeing right now in California. For those who have looked to actually view the storm from the bigger picture, you'll actually see like one big storm that's, incoming, inbound rather. And what you'll see if you look further is that there's two more storms that are the same size as the first one, which has already done tremendous damage. And behind that, those two storms is a third monster storm. So you haven't seen anything yet. Danielle and I both tuned in energetically before we even started, as we always do. And we were both sensing that this was nefarious. This does not have anything to do with what they call, climate change. This is bioengineered. Of course, you're free to your own thoughts, but that's just the energy that we tuned into. So, yeah, that being said, weather modification consists of three major categories. Number one is suppression of weather patterns. Number two, intensification of weather patterns. And in some cases, the introduction of completely new weather patterns, which you can see now in China, where it never snowed and now they have like multiple crazy inches of snow, where people are snow diving and they're jumping off like cars and buildings because the snow is so thick and deep and many feet that it's quite safe to do so. So these are not just anomalies. These are modification. And again, you can look it up on YouTube, because on many news channels like we were looking at, they talked about weather modification H.A.A.R.P. Anyways, feel free to Google that. We have to say things like that so that we don't get in trouble. So in order to participate, you can use a magnet from your fridge and just swipe it over your chest, over your head each time we clear.
Yeah, and you can also use a selenite wand. You can also use your pendulum. So same thing, you just hold it over your hand and swipe over your chest and head to clear it each time. And all you have to do is say yes. It's consent, guys. Just like in every situation, everything is consent.
Exactly. So if you don't consent with weather warfare, you have to state it out loud. Your name, do not consent to weather warfare and the warfare going on California. So let's get started. We are going to just hop right in and start with the clearing. So just get in a comfortable position. Let's just take some slow, deep breaths. Release. That feels so good, right? Who doesn't need that? Take another deep breath in, all the way, and release. It just feels like the most wondrous sigh you've ever had in your life.
Orgasmic.
Yes, it is. You actually bring more, happy hormones into your brain, and you're actually telling your body that it's safe. So we're bringing our body into the space of healing just by breathing. And you guys try exhaling with a sigh on this last one. Deep breath. And exhale with a beautiful sigh. Letting the collective stress go. So, all right. So we're just gonna ask now to bring up, California and this whole storm to the heart of the Creator. We know that it's a traveling storm. It's trying to get to the East Coast as well. Today we've experienced a lot of that wild weather as well as a repercussion of what goes on. So what happens in one area can ripple out into many. All right, so here we go with the clearing, and get your tools, get ready and relax. We're just gonna do command. So it is commanded to clear black magic portals and entities. And you can swipe or you can clear. All right, and it's commanded to clear any reasons for creating loosh. It's interesting because when I went to say the first thing, I noticed my throat got blocked. It was almost like frog went into my throat, like.
Yeah.
So sometimes we'll feel that, guys. If there's a lot of energy behind what we're about to clear, it can have an effect on us that makes us feel like coughing, burping, or like there's a frog in our throat.
I'd like to actually clear as well a blanket of darkness. If there is any Creator, it's commanded to clear out whatever blanket of darkness that has been placed over the Pacific West, over the West Coast, California, Oregon. Seems to have stretched pretty far, so we're gonna just take a moment to kind of let the clearing percolate from clearing the black magic, the portals, the entities, and the blanket of darkness. It's kind of like they're very connected. Yeah, actually, if you look at the storms from high above, you can see the demonic faces on them. And as energy readers, we can see them. We can see the energy behind it, because there's always energy behind something, whether it be positive polarity or negative polarity. This one has a very dark, nefarious, soul-sucking, loosh creating energy behind it. So clear the Creator. Cancel. Delete. We do not consent.
Do not consent. And feel free to say that out loud, because you have to start saying no. It doesn't matter if it's in the comfort of your home. You don't consent and you don't agree. So just so you know, when there's silence, it's usually because we're clearing the whole time. Like I'm using my selenite rod to clear, Danielle's using her pendulum, and we're using commands. Some things don't just clear like boom, boom, boom. We have to take a moment and we have to feel it through the body. When we get a sense that it's clearing, we move on.
Yeah, and I'd like to be clear that we are clearing for all timelines. So we're going to clear for the past, the present, the future, and the parallel lifetimes in this dimension beyond the 12th Creator.
And whatever may be the root cause of the storm, cleared at the point of inception. It is commanded to do so now. Oh, I'm really clearing now. I can feel it because I'm starting to yawn. You might be yawning. I can feel it moving through the body. Whew.
Yeah.
We make all kinds of weird noises. Don't worry, that's natural. It's part of the process. On your end, as a listener, you may also be like, "Whoa, whoa."
Right. It's normal. You might even get tired and have to sit down. So it's always recommended. Just relax and breathe through it. No judgments. Just let your body release what needs to be released.
And also, you could just say stuff like, you command to clear from the root cause at the point of inception. So statements are important.
They're very important. I'm feeling a lot of like phlegm.
A lot of congestion. It feels like congestion. I can feel a lot of energy moving from my root through all my chakras. So there's a lot of I'm intuitively getting the need to clear trauma next. A lot of trauma. The chakras are being. Holy moly, people! I've just had 3 cups of coffee, so trust me, I'm not tired.
Same.
It's working through the body. My body, the way that I clear, it works through the body, and I can feel it moving up, and it's like. So, I have to yawn. Like it needs to go back to source, and we send everything back to source. So trauma. So there's an imbalance in the chakras. I'm seeing. Okay, so I'm seeing now that people's root chakras are like really, really activated for like fight or flight, like fear, trauma.
Yeah.
Lack. People's homes are getting destroyed. People's businesses are getting destroyed. You know, the local stores, towns, their vehicles that they're paid a lot of money for, all the valuable things in their life are being destroyed. Let's start by clearing out the root chakra, because I know that a lot of people. Let's clear the trauma.
Let's clear anywhere where they don't feel safe.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
That's a big one. It's all big. There's nothing's more or less.
Just better keep the pillar of light on us. Vacuum, so that we're not holding on to this stuff or latching onto it as we pull it up, because it can be a contamination, just so you know, to an untrained healer. Healers can be susceptible to entities, especially when you're working with big demonic forces, energy or psychic attacks. They can be susceptible to being attacked when doing these kinds of things, especially when it involves a lot of people. But don't fear, you're not the one leading this wheel. So you won't, nothing will happen, but we always have to do make sure that we're safe and sealed and contained, because we do not consent to such things. So clear any psychic attacks.
Yeah, any outside interference, entities, archonic energies, black magic, dark energies, anything of lower vibrational frequencies, we do not consent. Some lower timelines.
I don't know how you guys are feeling, but this is very palpable for me. My whole body is like shifting.
I'd like to clear the root cause of the storm at its inception, the point of inception. So wherever this is coming from, creator, known or unknown, seen or unseen, those who are a part of this particular.
I have to make some noise because there's a lot stuck, and it's really getting intense in the body. So you can join me. I have to make a release through my throat chakra. Yes. So there is this energy of earthquakes that we've tuned into, and we're not saying that these things won't happen, because they may even still happen, but if they do, maybe they'll be at a smaller scale, right? So we want the earth to release. The earth does have things to release, but you know, as we know, certain weapons, high frequency devices can create earthquakes too. So artificial stuff is an N to the O. So creator is commanded to clear, like there's a lot of excess buildup underneath the ground, especially artificial. Ooh. Feel all the way to my ears.
Like, yeah, the pressure.
Pressure,
So
yeah, the pressure just activated my body and my face and my ears. So that's how I know. And it's just like, ooh. Oh my gosh. That was a big one, you guys. I mean, big, huge, massive. So again, we're not saying that things will not happen, because sometimes when the energy has already started and there was such a big intention behind it, the momentum, you can slow it down, but you still may get residual. So even if there is something that happened, it could always have been worse. So trying to mitigate some of the damage, knowing that there will still be some more issues. Like this stuff is there, this is active warfare, so they're gonna keep hitting, and they have multiple centers, you know, America, around the world, but especially America has a lot. Feel free to look that up. That being said, they're gonna keep pressing those buttons, you know, and so we have to understand that the frequencies we put out, the intentions we put out, are so powerful. They are so powerful. When the East Coast got hit with that storm that killed so many people, and it was creeping right here to the Appalachians, because I live on the East Coast, it was about to come, and I did this anchor pillar of light and did this clearing, and we haven't seen anything like that. So, you know, you would be very surprised how you can shift things. This is part of our divine blueprint, by the way, as angelic humans, as intergalactic, you know, species who have we're intergalactic multidimensional beings. Therefore we have way more abilities than we were told. We were told that we're just one-dimensional, dumb, and, you know, useless eaters. So let's just throw that in the garbage and realize that we have so much power inside us. Let's clear. Oh, so here it is. Okay, I got the download. So it's commanded to clear anywhere where you were made to feel stupid, for being smart, and for being intelligent in a way that others couldn't understand you. Like it wasn't, maybe you weren't cool savvy in the sense that, like, you know, you were just super intelligent in your intuition, or you just knew things, and people didn't like it, they felt threatened, or they outcasted you. So let's clear any time that you had an inner knowing, also your intuition, where you felt blocked because, or you shut it down because you knew that, you know, the society wouldn't accept you for being the magical being that you are. So let's just clear that belief that it's unacceptable, because it is here, guys.
Yes, clear that.
Let's clear anywhere where you know, the word "it's not practical," and so, you know, because it wasn't practical, maybe you grew up with a lot of people that said that. I know that I have. What happens is you just literally shut down your biggest resource, your intuition, your inner knowing. Sometimes solutions aren't practical. Sometimes solutions are actually so impractical, but we have to do the impractical thing to get that solution. So let's clear any reasons as to why you feel like an outcast, you feel like a weirdo, you feel like you don't belong, because kiddo, you belong here with us. We want to empower you to know you have intuition, that your inner voice matters. So let's clear anywhere you don't trust your inner voice, or if you have any archons that are mimicking your voice, because archons mimic your inside voice. So when you're like, hey, I think I'd like to go get some food today, some Chinese food, the archon would be like, let's go get some, pizza. I don't know, something like really bad for you. So but it's the same voice. It's like, actually, no, I want this. So it'll change your direction to eat, like, let's go to McDonald's. Like, that's scary, right? So it'll tell you to do things that are not good for you, or try to get you to get off of your path, your purpose, and your intuition. So let's clear any blocks to discernment.
Yes. Let's clear some blocks around our nervous system and anywhere where we're not connected to the nervous system, or if the nervous system's been in fight or flight mode. Let's clear anything around it that's of disservice to our nervous system. And Creator is commanded to the energy behind the storm, known or unknown, seen or unseen. We'll just call it what it is. Demonic demons. And Creator is commanded to take each one of them, however many there are, and take your vacuum cleaner and suck them up into. You take them, Creator, you deal with them. Take these demons off the timeline. They do not belong here. We do not consent. It's time to clear them from our timelines on all dimensions, known or unknown, seen or unseen. And just take them off our timeline without affecting those around that are innocent. With equal grace, releasing all bondage and chains that it's attempting to grip that area with.
Creator is commanded to clear all potential sacrifices.
Indeed.
Storm, where the storm actually is feeding off of the lives of people. And like, just to be super clear, there used to be natural weather and natural storms and those kinds of things that would be natural, right? So, but a lot of the stuff is not natural. So let's clear anywhere where we're being bombarded with inorganic abuse.
Yep, that's indeed what it is, inorganic abuse. And that, like, anywhere where there might be the timeline Creator, where that part of our beautiful earth is in a lower timeline, commanded to clear that inorganic timeline. Creator, shift and clear into a higher timeline, Creator. So these lower timelines, they're falling now. They're falling now gone, Creator. We do not consent.
So just take these nasty timelines, these destructive timelines out of our timeline. Like, we don't have to experience, we have to understand our rights too. So anywhere we don't understand our rights, our sovereign rights, our really rights as a galactic being who lives in a multi-dimensional, multi-planetary multiverse, like we have rights. We just haven't been keen to them because the big bad boys in charge didn't want you to know you have a right to say no. That would be a disaster. So anywhere you feel that you just have to accept every tragedy that comes along, without using your voice, without saying no, that you don't have a voice. Let's just clear that now, and from wherever place it came from.
We're going to clear all the perpetrators, Creator.
I'm interested. So boring.
Goodbye.
Bye, bye.
You have to have fun with this. You can't always be like, because it's intense. We get it.
Yeah, exactly. Like we have to laugh in between, and that's why sometimes when we do our podcast, like we're laughing when it's really, really harsh stuff. It's because we're actually releasing stress. So don't hate on us. We're lovers, not haters, and we want the best for all. We really do. We really, really do. We stand for the golden age, honey.
Aho.
Uh-huh. So the more people that participate, the better. Okie dokie. I think we're just about done with the clearing. Let's just go ahead and clear out anywhere people are blocked from their intuition, or people are in total denial about what's going on, or who are terrified to see the truth. Clear, clear, clear.
Clear, clear, clear. And I highly encourage while you're clearing to try to visualize or find a way to visualize this like you're watching a movie. So your intention is really solidified and creates that vision you have for the world you want to create, which is essentially heaven on earth, guys. Whatever that looks like for you, if you want fairies in your reality, go for it. But the truth is, we do have higher timelines, and that means everything as creators is a possibility. So yes, be imaginative, have fun with it, go for it.
All right, let's go to downloads now. So yeah, so let's come into download now. Let's shift gears, breath, and just sort of like integrate what we cleared, integrate it out. Body integration can be integrating from clearing, and it can be done from integrating from downloads.
Beautiful.
All right, so let's just download what it feels like to feel safe in your body, to feel safe on this earth, to feel safe participating in this life. It's funny, but it's true. Like, a lot of people are in fight or flight. So now let's just download what it feels like to feel safe through creator's perspective understanding. Your understanding, our understanding is the same. And let's download what it feels like to feel loved, to feel secure. Open your crown chakra and start to receive through your crown, through your heart.
Feels good.
I usually feel a lot coming through my crown when I do downloads. So if you feel any tinglings or warm feelings, that's natural.
Yeah.
And we so clear when we download, we still yawn, because why? Because even when we download, something is clearing that didn't feel safe, right? Something's clearing that didn't feel loved. As we're pulling that energy in, those shadowy aspects that have that polarity to what we're downloading starts to move out, because it can't be there when that's present, right?
Right, exactly. Well said. It's really anchoring it in and solidifying it on a deeper level.
That's a big one, you guys. I'm feeling like a lot of energy coming in. I'm actually seeing it's almost like a golden light waterfall coming in through the crown chakra. This is for everybody. And I feel it for those that will listen later. It doesn't matter. Time is really not of time distance. It doesn't mean anything, because we are connected. You're listening to our voices, and I feel your energy, whether you've come on right when we posted or later. And so I'm seeing everyone in a circle, and it's beautiful. And we're like in this beautiful, like, it looks like Garden of Eden. And it's so beautiful. We're all together, and I'm seeing this golden waterfall going through all of our crowns. I'm seeing this enchanted activation going on, where we're starting to dare to feel the magic of this life, the beauty of this life, that despite what we are seeing, that we can go into our knowing, our inner knowing. So let's download what it feels like to activate our inner knowing from our highest our highest perspective and understanding, through Creator's perspective and understanding. And that this inner knowing is like a sweet feeling, because even through the doubts and the fears and the traumas and the news, we can have this really beautiful place inside us that's untouched, and it's filled with, like, it's like an orb. I saw this orb. It's like inside of us now, and it's an inner knowing. And you know what the orb is? It's the orb of the New Earth template. So that's, so Creator's placing that in all of our, kind of our whole chest cavity, not just our heart, but our whole chest. Like, we're carrying the New Earth codes in us, if you would like that. So if you do, just say yes. It's almost like this holographic earth. I saw it when I first walked into this enchanted place with all of us. I saw the orbs floating around us, but I didn't know what their purpose was. So it's really important that we connect to the inner knowing of this beautiful earth, because if you understand what is coming for us, to us, it is not the darkness that we've known. It's the light that we have been out of touch with. And it's actually the golden age, and that's part of our promise. We have been given a promise of a better, brighter future. So let's download what it feels like to remember that there is a better, brighter future, despite the chaos, despite some people are leaving, some people are staying. There's a huge shift and changeover. So what it feels like to know that, you know, New Earth is being born, and there has to be this cleansing process, but it doesn't have to be as violent as it is at the moment.
Right. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm just visualizing, actually. I'm glad that you brought that up. I intuitively was just visualizing kind of like a golden bubble, and it's been in my consciousness now for a while, but it's part of the visualizations that I do to try to, or with the intention to bring in a higher frequency. So that is kind of confirmation for me. That's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a great energy. I can really feel it. It has the power, guys, to shift your health, your vitality, the abundance you bring into your life, the timelines you're shifting. I mean, you could be experiencing something so heavy and then it shifts overnight. It's such a pungent, beautiful, supportive, loving energy. Yeah, I'd like to sit with this for a second, because it's,
you don't have to move fast, because it is percolating through us. It's settling in, and and you know, if you're listening, it probably wants to be inside you. And if you're not, if you feel resistance to that, it's okay. You don't have to receive it, but you may want to come back to this later and bookmark this, you know. And it's perfectly fine. We totally understand wherever you are is wherever you are, and we're just here to support. But I'm crystal clear about this. You know, I do see that everyone that's listening is here, and we're all, the circle just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's so beautiful. So please share this with your friends, with your family. We just want to share. That's our intention, is to bring healing to earth and to remind people of who they truly are, so that we can step into this golden age together. Because you guys, it's fun when we do things together. You know, it's much more fun. There's so much joy ahead of us. Let's understand we've got a marathon to do. We're like almost at the finish line, but we got maybe, like, you know, I kind of feel energetically like 2 years more of working through some really, really deep stuff. So all hands on deck, step on, you know, show up, join our group clearings every month, be part of this, co-create New Earth with us. We're inviting you. We love you. We know that you're our brothers and sisters, and that, you know, you've been going through a really, you know, tough time, hard time. And we understand that you've been through so much, because we've been through so much too. And we know that it's going to get better, and it's going to be worth it. Every effort we make now is worth it. So, you know what I am getting to download is, let's download the feeling of hope. Restore,
yes.
You know, faith in humanity, sometimes we lose hope in life, you guys, and that's, that happens. Like, there's nothing wrong. It doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean anything that you're negative. It's just we see things and it hurts. It hurts our soul. And so we lose hope. But let's just download what it feels like to restore our hope back to 100%, that we know how to, when to, that it's possible to, that we're worthy and deserving of feeling the joy of hope, because we're on the precipice of change, and before that change, it gets worse before it gets better, just like any healing. If we're working with a client that has a lot of pressing issues and deep trauma, as we start to clear, it's just like cleaning your house. You're gonna find all the dust, the dirt, the junk, and you got to clear it out, and it's really like not fun for a little bit, and then afterwards you're like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So it's the same thing. So just downloading the feeling of faith. I know that like hope can be a very controversial word. People are like, don't hope, you should just know. But the thing is, before you know, you have to have hope. It's that tender feeling of that being hopeful of a better day, hopeful of another spring, hopeful of the blessings that are meant to come your way. And it's okay to have that, it's okay. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Oh, so beautiful, Rana. Let's activate a frequency of peace to hold that, space of hope, because with peace, we're able to relax into a place, no matter what the circumstances are on the outside. You can have peace no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You are not alone. Peace is always with you.
Peace is just one breath away. I forget that too. It takes slowing down, and this work really brings us right back. So right back in. Let's download what it feels like to feel happy. That I think at this time of a lot of tragedy and grief, and we've all been feeling it, especially the empaths, that there's almost a guilt in any kind of happiness, because how could we possibly be happy when our brothers and sisters are suffering, or when someone in our family is going through some health crisis, or people are just dying suddenly. It's really traumatic. But if we don't ever feel happiness, we are going to be loosed on. And that means archons are just going to feed off of the whole humanity, and that brings us down to the lowest timeline. So therefore, it's a gift for yourself and gift for others when you're happy, because in turn you are raising the vibration. We do need to find the joy and the gratitude and happiness for even the littlest things. So it doesn't have to be like over the top. Like, I'm happy that I get to feed my squirrels every day. I'm happy that these deers are coming to my house and they're my friends. So what are you happy about? That makes me really happy. It's not like I didn't win the lottery or anything, but it's just like a beautiful feeling. It's God's grace, and that makes me happy,
I feel like it goes hand in hand with downloading and activating the feeling of simplicity and the appreciation and simplicity. Let's activate that, because it does activate a sense of moment, like being present in the moment, happiness, joy, and just appreciation and gratitude for the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're still alive and have an opportunity to tune into the happiness that raises this frequency. Everything we do in life is for the next generation. It's a legacy. So let's download the legacy, the feeling of taking ownership of leadership and bringing forth this legacy and being remembered for something bigger than what we are, Creator. So let's download and activate that simplicity, presence, gratitude, and happiness to all blend in a way that's going to Raise the frequency of those around you despite the circumstances, the outer circumstances that you might be dealing with. We're not bypassing. We understand there's a lot going on. We personally have our own things we go through. So let's just download that feeling of presence, simplicity, gratitude, and unite it into a place of happiness. This is exciting, guys. I mean, it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time.
So beautiful. So we're going to just let these percolate, and we're going to say run till done. So that means it's still going to work through you in your energy systems. Continue to relax and breathe and come back to this as often as you need. You can fast forward to the parts that are most relevant to you. But know that we are all part of this team together, and you know, we're Team New Earth, we're Team Golden Age, we're soul family, and we understand that there's so much more at play than what could ever meet the eye. So the more that we can, you know, anchor into our intuition, inner knowing, and remembrance, the more that we can start to work our way through this stuff and learn to say no. So thank you so very much for joining us. And if you'd like to be part of our upcoming, you know, events that we do, our group clearings and healings, we do them monthly, please feel free to email Daniela or I and sign up for them. When we come together for a higher purpose, so much can happen, and so much does happen. So continue to imagine, you know, also lastly, the pillar of light on the storm, and let's put a vacuum cleaner around this whole entire storm. So we're just going to diffuse it with this pillar of light and just continuously run till done, softening and healing. This pillar of light is going to bring a lot of this like love energy, because all darkness really they seek light. They feed off light, they seek light, they're hungry because they're starved. Mm-hmm. So, you know, just give that storm the light that it wants, the light that it needs, and put it around it, so we could just send it back to Creator where it belongs, never to return again.
Yes, I love, oh my God, you got me on a love bubble right now.
Hey, well, beautiful. I'm feeling all the energy, so I feel inclined to just reach out and give you a beautiful hug and say thank you for joining. You're a beautiful soul. I can feel your beautiful heart right now, and it's tender, it's loving, and it's so worthy of all the love and blessings this world has to offer. There is still so much to look forward to. So until next time, much love and blessings to you all. Bye for now.